A little while ago, I patterned this stylish skirt, and when I was patterning it, I decided I wanted to do the hem area in 2 different ways. So in that one, you saw how it was just straight at that diagonal area with no gathers, and today we're going to be repatterning it so that we're going to have it ease in and gather in on that diagonal area. Hi, I'm Christina, and I love to digitally apparel pattern, creating unique pieces of wearable art in Adobe Illustrator. If you're interested in following along, make sure you grab those key commands and useful charts down below so that you can be jumping between tools just as fast as I am, as well as grab that half scale so you can give it a try yourself. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my pattern that I have here. And I have the basic 2 bottoms that I didn't do anything with the first time around, that now we are going to change up how we're going to pattern it and gather it a little bit differently so that when we print it out, we can do a little compare and contrast. I love figuring out patterns like this sometimes on half scale because you can make it in a lot less fabric and compare. It's like, oh yeah, that kind of looks good, but I really prefer this one. And it's just being able to test out your pattern before you're doing it out of super nice fancy fabric. So let's dive in. So I'm going to start very much like I did the last one. I'm going to draft a line all the way down, and we're going to move him 0.75 to the right. I'm going to copy. And we're just going to get them all the way across. And we know that the last one's really close. We're not going to worry about it. There we go. And we know that there's 11, so 6 should be in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Control Z is your friend. The amount of times I use Control Z is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we are good. So on this one, since we're going to be adding a little bit of gather at the top, we're going to first move them all 1/2 inch away from each other, and then we're going to rotate them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. I'm actually going to copy that one right on top. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up in the long run. And we're going to path, divide objects below, and we're going to move to the right 0.5, and this time we don't want to copy, we want it to go all at once. Yep, and then we're going to do the same thing with this guy. Move them over. Move them over. Move them over. Nope, I only want the one. And last one on this side. Move it over. Then we're gonna want to rotate. But we want to make sure that we're rotating all of them, not just one of them. So we're going to give myself a guideline here. We're going to go 2 inches, 0, and then you want to make sure you grab them all that you want to do, rotate from there, and swing it out. Then we're going to move that guy to this side. Yep, and do the same thing. Rotate them out. Might be a little far. That's okay. And we're going to keep going. And readjust. Grab everybody. And rotate. Zoom in just a wee bit. That side. Rotate him. Grab everybody. Once you get it going, you can kind of get into a rhythm, which is great. And then one last one on this half of this guy. There we go. And that is half of the front of this new one. Time to do the back. I just zoomed in up there and I meant to zoom in. Over here, that's when you actually have to, whoops, highlight the thing you want to zoom in on instead of just zooming. You know, sometimes life doesn't do what you want it to do. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this next part since you just saw how we did it so that we can get moving quick so you can see the final result faster. And there we have it. We now have it so that I have an extra 1.5 times, or an extra half times, I guess, that will gather in to right below that ruffle while still having a nice fullness. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to lock that layer, I'm going to unlock this layer, and then I'm going to trace this pattern. I'm going to go just a little bit closer to make sure I'm hitting all the different places I want to be. Make sure you're on the right layer. Clickety click and get it nice and rounded like so. Have to fix that one just a wee bit. Maybe should have gone a little bit less than that, but that's okay. That works out just fine. And there we have it. We now have our front. I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy, copy, move to the top layer, front, so that I have him. And then I'm going to move on and do the back. Now I know the back's not going to fit right there. So we're going to go ahead and just move him down a little bit so that I don't run into any problems with tracing or grabbing stuff I don't want to be grabbing, because that's never fun. We're going to start by rotating you, getting you kind of out of the way. I think I just flipped you. I sure did. Flip you back. There we go. And then we're going to start off again by drawing our line. And then we're going to move that line 0.75, 0, copy, really don't know why that keeps flipping on me today. We'll have to look at that. Okay, well, we're gonna transform that again. Copy. And go. And it lines up beautifully, so we're gonna delete the 2 ends, find the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make that just a little bit bigger. You don't have to. But it just helps me visually to make sure that if I have to step away or anything, I still have it. And we're gonna start by cutting it apart, and then have to move it 0.5, not 0.75, not copy, okay. And then from here on out, we can do the shortcut keys. Divide, Move. Man, I wish there was a shortcut key for divide. That would be amazing, because I divide stuff all the time. Oops, only one. Now I could just go ahead and actually move them all instead of rotating these. And maybe I will. Since I'm in the mood, we're just going to go for it. So we gotta change it. We're going -0.5. Awesome. Then we're going to start twisting the night away. Actually, it's rotating, but you know. Twisting the Night Away song is much better. I don't know any Rotating the Night Away songs. Maybe I need to find one. Rotate. And we're going to move. Rotate the small. And rotate the large. And there we have it. We now have our back side done. So we're gonna go ahead and lock that layer real fast. Move up to that top layer. Whoops, not that fast. And then we're going to pen around. I'm gonna go one more. Click and down. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. There we go. This might be a little bit long. We might have to go back and fix that just a smidge. And close. Last thing I want to do is grab my grain line front, lock, and that layer can disappear. And there we have it. We now have our front and back of the green skirt where it will be gathered in. I'm going to be using all the same other pieces for the rest of that pattern. So definitely check back to see how this one is made, and then we can do a comparison to see how they actually work together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy digitally apparel patterning or wanting to learn how to digitally apparel pattern, definitely make sure to check out the video here on how to set up Adobe Illustrator to get patterning. And don't forget to grab those useful charts and key commands. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe so I can see you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!